Hi, I'm actually in a taxi on the way to an audition. I thought I'd share with you what are some of the things I look out for, what are some of the things a producer looks out for. Please bear in mind that every producer has his or her own method, so this is my way of assessing. I like to set the stage by making the actor feel comfortable that this is a safe space for him or her to experiment. I like the actor to try different interpretations of the character, go into the history, the background, the context of the scene. Face to face auditions are always better for me so that I can have this conversation with the actor as opposed to self tape. First and foremost is the packaging, is the whole vibe. If he just does not look the part, then it doesn't really matter that he's really good and competent. It just doesn't work, if he doesn't look the part. So the physicality of the actor in question is really important. Secondly, is the competency level, the ability of the actor. When he's performing the role, if I have forgotten where I am, if I'm sucked into his performance, if I'm moved by it, the way he brings that character to life and how he does that convincingly, how he's able to embody the character, you can tell as soon as the actor performs. Finally, I am looking for an actor who is directable. Because at this stage of the audition, sometimes the director is not in the room with me. I like to experiment and to try different interpretations. So this is something that I like to do to see if the actor is directable. Some actors come into the audition with a very fixed mindset. It is tough if the actor is not able to switch up or give me different interpretations of that role. A lot of directors that I work with like to workshop with the actors, so this is very good exercise for me as a producer to understand the actor and to know his method. I like to make sure that the actor is comfortable, that this is a safe space, there is no right and wrong. So I often start my audition with that. Some actors are just so good with auditions. Some actors are not good with auditions, but they're really good on set. I take that into consideration as well. Prior to meeting the actors during the audition, I would have done my homework. I would have looked at the series or the films that they have been in or their show reels. I would have asked around, talked to other producers and other directors. And it can be a very subjective exercise too. Within the team, we could all disagree and have different favorites. At the end of the day, we have to look at the project holistically and look at the other actors and to see if the actor that we want, whether he or she will connect, whether he or she will have good chemistry with the rest of the cast. That is also part of the consideration. So, quite a lot of things to consider during casting. It's also one of the most important because the actor carries the film, the actor carries the story, and sometimes we need to use a bit of our imagination um, so that we can cast the right person for the role. So, yeah, that's it. Three things I look out for during an audition. Bye. Hi, I'm now back at my home office and I would like to reflect on what happened during the auditions. It was amazing to meet the actors. We have our top three, so what I would do is I will send the audition clips to our co-producer and then we will make our decision real soon. And we hope to get the actor that we love for our co-production series. So what does casting have to do with producing? I think for a lot of you, you might think that casting is something that is part of the director's purview and it is the director's role to decide on the actors. Not quite. Casting is also part of the producer's job. And it is very important for both the director and the producer to agree on the cast, especially the lead cast, because the producer's role is to raise funds, to put together a good package to sell, to get it on a platform or platforms, to get a distributor, to get sponsors, investors. So if the producer does not feel good about the casting choices, then in my opinion, it is going to be a really tough sell for the producer. I don't know about the rest of you, but for me, I need to be passionate about the shows I'm working on. I need to believe 100%. And I'll tell you why. It's simple math. How many more years of producing do I have? Not a lot if you think about it. Because for every series or every film, sometimes it takes 3 to 5 years. 3 years if you're really lucky. In 5 years, it's usually the average amount of time needed. And there is no way I'm going to spend all that time and that sort of energy and effort in a film or a series if I don't love it or if I don't believe in it 100%. And I must also love the above the line people that I'll be working with, i.e., the director, the actors, and my producing team. If I am not 100% sure of their ability, of their attitude, their vision, there is no way I can do this film. This is just my style and my way of approaching a project. Producing is not just about budgets and waterfall and hiring the right people. It has so much to do with casting and making sure that every piece of the puzzle comes together really nicely. And sometimes we have to make really tough decisions. And I mentioned this on my ride to the office just now, that the right actor may not be the best actor. So sometimes we just have to say no to an amazing actor, and it's really, really heartbreaking and really tough. I've rejected actors, writers, directors so many times, but every time it is difficult. So I had lunch yesterday with an industry friend, and she asked me, why did I start my YouTube channel? So this is why. The role of the producer is so misunderstood. It is such a tough, brutal, brutal role. A lot of people and young producers as well have approached me over the years and asked me about my role as a producer. It is not as straightforward, and it is a mix of IQ and EQ. To me, more EQ than IQ, because we are dealing with people and it is about people management. My YouTube channel is about that. It's about producing. It's about getting ready with me psychologically, emotionally, physically, mentally, getting ready to be a producer on a day-to-day basis. So please subscribe to my channel. Please tell your friends about it. Let me know some of the issues you might have facing you on a daily basis in the comment boxes down below, and let's get this conversation going. The other thing that I'm looking forward to is I will be inviting friends from the industry to be on this channel with me, because at some point I want to introduce different points of view, and I hope to make this channel as constructive, colorful, and as fun as possible. The other thing that I want to talk about before I forget, sometimes my brain just goes off in tangent. I have been using the One Size Powder Melt glass setting spray, and it's been wonderful. I just did a short of the comparison between the JSM, the Jungsemu setting spray, and the One Size, and I love both. I've been using both religiously as a last step to my makeup routine, but the One Size, yes, I think that is really good. So that's my beauty tip. Keep your head steady, keep your heart open. You belong in this room. Until next time, I'm Michelle Chang. Keep producing. Bye.